Hey everybody, it's Thursday. It's time for your tech video. Tonight I'm going to give you an introduction to man-in-the-middle attacks, and I'm going to show you an easy piece of software that lets you monitor your neighbor's Wi-Fi activity and get your neighbor's passwords over Wi-Fi. Okay, so you need to download this Windows piece of software. It's called Kane Enable. It's free to use. Here's the download link. So this is going to let you do a man-in-the-middle attack. So normally, here's your neighbor, here's you, here's your neighbor's router. So normally, your neighbor's computer sees your router, and your router sees your neighbor's computer. When you have a man-in-the-middle attack running, your neighbor thinks that you are your neighbor's router, and your neighbor's router thinks that you are your neighbor. So everything your neighbor does in their computer runs through your computer to their router, and your neighbor has no idea that this is going on. Alright, so here we go. To run this program, you're going to have to turn off your firewall first. So go Start, Run, and enter this firewall.cpl. Turn off your firewall, and then open up the program Kane Enable. Alright, now you go to Configure. From the drop-down menu, select the router you want to use. Make sure don't use promiscuous mode is checked. Hit OK, and then you want to go to the sniffer tab. Hit this thing. It says Start Sniffer, and then hit plus sign to add to list. And here we go. Hit OK. So it's just going to use your router to search for IP addresses nearby. So here you go. This is my computer, and now we go down to these different tabs, and you can use this program to do a lot of different stuff. You can use it to you can get your neighbor's passwords. Here's a list of usernames and a list of passwords. Or you can just monitor everything that your neighbor does. Or if you want to, you can also alter what your neighbor sees. So with a man-in-the-middle attack, you could give them a virus, or you could just make it so that everything they see on a web page is upside down or something like that. There's a lot of different things you can do with the man-in-the-middle attack. So there you go. So if you're on a website and it says HTTPS, that means if it has the S after the P, that means it's secure and the page is encrypted. So the program is not going to work with encrypted pages like Gmail and a lot of Google sites. Most non-Google websites are not encrypted. But if you want to find out, just look for the HTTPS. Okay, so Kane Enable is only available for PCs. If you want a Mac version, there's an alternative program called Wireshark. It does basically the same thing, but it works with Macs. So once you install it and open it up, it's going to look like this. Hit this button in the top left, list the available capture interfaces. Just hit Start. And it's going to start just searching through all the Wi-Fi connections. And you can create filters in this program, like to only show HTTP, or you can search for any kind of filter you want. And so if you're not familiar with coding and whatnot and network signals, this is just going to look like gibberish to you. But if you know what you're looking for, you can look through this code and find passwords and just find anything you want, as long as they're not using a secured connection. And so if you take a laptop with this program on it to a coffee house or an airport or someplace where a lot of people use Wi-Fi, you can get a lot of people to connect to your computer, and you can get a lot of passwords and a lot of people's information over Wi-Fi. A lot of people have like a false sense of security when they're using Wi-Fi, but it's a lot easier than people think to get their information over the air. And so there you go. Don't use this for legal purposes. This video is just for educational purposes. And there you go. That's your tech tip for the week. Bye.